What is the best way to poach an egg? I've got the 3 top ways from the internet. We're going to try all 3 and see which works best. Number 1, always use fresh eggs. That's how to poach a good egg, is use a fresh egg. Right, so I'm just going to break this into a little bowl. And I've got a pot of almost simmering water here. So it's very hot, but it's not boiling rapidly. So what we do is we just make a little swirl, and that'll help bring the egg white around the yolk. You just drop that egg in there. Just let it come together. Because this is a fresh egg, it stays together. Magic. Now, usually you poach for about, I'd say, 4 minutes. I put a little bit of vinegar in this water. Some people say you don't have to put any vinegar in if the egg is fresh, but I find that it helps to coagulate the white, and I quite like that. So this egg's been in for about 3.5 minutes now, so I'm going to give it about 30 more seconds. It's looking beautiful. Basically, the way you test this is the way you test meat, according to how you want it done. So if you want it very runny, then you're looking for a very soft texture. If you're looking for a more well-done egg, a harder texture. So that's a very runny texture. We're going to go for quite soft poached here because we want to see a nice result when I cut them open on the board. Give that a few more seconds. While we do that, I'll tell you about my next method. Basically, just a little bit of oil on the cling film. And then take the egg, crack it into the cling film. Take this egg out so long. It's beautifully soft poached. Just plop that there. Now we've got the egg in the cling film, in the cup. Just bring up the sides. Tie it up close. The reason we put the oil on there is obviously so it doesn't stick. Then, into a nice little neat knot. This is a good lazy man's trick, I have to say. And just like that, into the pot of boiling water. That takes a little bit longer, about 5 to 6 minutes, I'd say. And while I do that one, the real lazy man's version, we've got a cup of just cold water here. Cold water, it has to be cold. An egg, crack it into the water, and cook it in the microwave. Right, so we'll cook it, probably check it over a minute every 15 seconds and then see what we've got. That should be happily bubbling away and ready by the time I'm back. See you now. I've got my egg from the microwave and it didn't burst, which is good. I had it in there for just over a minute. So that's that one. And this one is virtually done. Like I said, because it's got the cling film around it, it does take a little bit longer. Microwave one doesn't actually look that bad though. If you don't start with cold water, apparently it will explode in your microwave, so be warned. Give this about 30 more seconds. Okay, I'm gonna take this one out. Right. Oh, this is a little tricky. Gotta cut that off. It's a little bit hot, but fine. Slides right off because of the olive oil. So now we've got our 3 types here. We've got poached with a little bit of vinegar in the water. We've got microwave poached, and we've got poached in cellophane. Perfect. Microwave one. That's not so oozy. It's kind of cooked through a bit, and that was only a minute, I have to say. We do have a little bit of gooey white on here, which I'm not so fond of. And finally, the one poached in cellophane, also actually absolutely perfect. So there we have it, 3 eggs, 3 ways. Lazy man in the microwave. It's not a bad egg, but I still don't think it's great. I'm not sure about cooking stuff in the microwave so much like this. But definitely, I think Tide actually is poaching with a little bit of vinegar and poaching in the cellophane. They're both actually very easy as long as you have fresh eggs with the vinegar one. And this with a little bit of oil, the cellophane comes straight off. So I think it just depends on what you feel like. But yeah, it's really easy actually.